everybody, James O'Neill back again with another virtual edition of the Columbia Credit Union Remodeled Homes Tour. I'm here at the base of Livingston Mountain, gonna meet up with design doctors and check out what they did out here in this beautiful property. I'm here with Justin Ross and Kaylin Ruther with Design Doctors. Why don't the both of you tell us a little bit about yourselves, what you do for the company, and maybe something about Design Doctors our viewers don't know.
I'm Justin Ross. I'm the owner of Design Doctors. Been in business about 15 years here in Clark County. At this point we specialize primarily in residential remodel in Clark County. And we're here today to show you one of our wonderful projects that we finished up this year.
My name's Kaylin Ruther. I joined Design Doctors about 2.5 years ago. I'm the estimator and designer for the team, and I'm really excited for you guys to see inside the house.
All right, so this is the main inspiration, I would say, for this project. I want to show you some of the details. This building was already here when we came in, and we had to do some upgrades to it, the mechanical room and things of that nature. This is a geothermal heated pool house. It's about just under 3,000 square feet. It's got a beautiful pool, waterfall, slide, and an amazing timber frame ceiling that really is overwhelming, to tell you the truth. So gave us big shoes to fill and something to live up to when it came to how we're going to tie this house in to be a caliber that would justify being next door to this beautiful pool house.
Now Justin, it hasn't happened yet, but if my better half at home ever says, James, you need to go sleep with the dog. If my dog's house was like this, I probably wouldn't mind that. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this, this pretty cool dog house right here?
Yeah, so this was, inspired by this little gentleman right here as he comes down. Aiden, what's up, good boy? How are you? So, Aiden has an RFID tag on him that lets him get out of the house up here off the kitchen. It opens a little door for him and he can come out here and he can go do his business. And he also has a place to hang out underneath the stairs. We figured we'd just take advantage of that space under there and make it a spot that it's on the cool side of the house and he can kind of camp out on a hot day if he wants to and not be inside. So, yeah, just another level of Design Doctors' creativity and our customers being willing to let us go off. So
I'm not jealous at all that his house is better than mine. I don't know. Okay, your team really opened up the living space inside, but tell the viewers a little bit about the undertaking that goes into a process like that when you're not just knocking down walls, but everything, the safety precautions and everything that goes into that.
Absolutely. So yeah, and this project in particular is a great example of that. Through these beautiful iron doors we're going to walk through in a moment, you're going to see a pretty wide open concept, and as you can tell, this house was not designed that way to begin with. In order to pull that off, it takes structural engineering. You have to pour new footings in the basement. You have to, in the crawl space, you have to revamp the way the loads land everywhere. And this one in particular required us to shore up the second level, install a giant steel I-beam, which took chain falls to pull into place. We had to cut a hole in the side of the building and bring it in with a machine. It's very involved and very dangerous, but it can be, at least, if you're not being safe with your practices. So,
well, tell us about this front door, because this is gorgeous.
This front door is made of iron. It is incredibly heavy, custom glass. This is a very custom ordered door. Took us a very, very long time to get it, because you can imagine. And but it was we ordered it at the beginning of the project, and we didn't get it until the very last part of the project. But it was really the finishing touch, and it was really amazing once it went in. And you'll see when you go to open it how.
Well, I can open it like this. Watch this, right?
Oh, look at that! Oh, and the glass opens too. That's right. And Kaylin's inside. So I think now we should make our way through and check out all the cool stuff inside.
Okay.
Excited to show you around.
So, Kaylin, I must admit, you don't normally walk through a front door and look to your left and see a shower.
Right.
Why is there a shower?
Well, that was on purpose. It's to set the tone for the house. What you see throughout this house is unexpected, just like a dog washing in your front entryway.
Oh, the dog wash.
Yes,
because we're out in the
the dog
country, it gets muddy.
Correct.
Dog comes in before it can go out into play in the house.
Absolutely.
I love it.
And it's a beautiful way to mix form and function. So it's practical, but it's jaw-dropping as soon as you walk in the front door. You'll also see beautiful cabinetry from Hayes, and all of the finishes in this room and throughout the house we've sourced from CFM, Contract Furnishings, Mart, and we'll invite Garrett in here in a minute to tell you a little bit more about that.
Yeah, let's meet with Garrett.
Right?
Hi everybody, I'm Garrett, the Marketing Director for Contract Furnishings Mart. We're a proud sponsor of the tour. Wanted to give a couple highlights of this mudroom and just kind of point out some of the materials that were chosen at CFM that we're really happy about. You'll see some of these trends that we're seeing a lot in like shapes. So we have the hexagon, tightened hexagon on the floor. All these are porcelain tiles, which are easy to clean and maintain. Perfect for a dog watching station. Same with the countertop here, a nice quartz piece. So we're seeing that a lot, and you'll notice how these all tie into separate areas of the home too.
So Justin, we come in here, I'm looking at something that used to be sheetrock, and now we have 20 feet high of a rock fireplace. Kind of looks like I'm just about to check into my weekend stay at Cabinetry Lodge. I mean, this is beautiful.
That was the goal, and yeah, this was, like I said, we removed a lot of walls and changed a lot of things about the way this house renders. We actually had to pour footings under here to support all of this, and these are reclaimed timbers from Salvage Works over in Portland. S&L Masonry stacked this stone up, and then we had this amazing artist come in and do these hearths, and you're going to see this in another room of the house too. So there's lots and lots of details, and we've got antler chandelier, we got and then not to forget about, if you can see this fireplace. Now, you don't see these every day. This is a Da Vinci custom fireplace with the timber logs in it. Propane fired, amazing. Double-sided, you can see through the dining room. So I mean, we could talk about this house forever.
Yeah.
There's so many different details, and I think that you're gonna be able to see that as we go through and really look at the photos. You'll see some of those similarities.
Such an inviting entrance. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, we're pretty proud of it.
So Justin, we make our way through past the beautiful fireplace here. And you know, when talking to the homeowners feel like they increased their square footage of the home down here just by eliminating the walls.
Absolutely, and I think that's what we see in all the modern trends is people want wide open spaces because it does make less square footage feel like a lot more square footage. So as you can see, as we flow through this direction, you got the back side of that fireplace on the other side, still has stone on it, see through to the front. And then we added these double doors to go out to the new porch we added off the side, a little smoking balcony, which is a great place to hang out, watch guests come in, things like that. And that's where kind of over where we saw the doghouse. And then the homeowner's nephew made this incredible table. The base for that is a burned out, well, I can't remember what kind of tree it is. I think it's a sycamore tree, I believe. And it's just stunning if you can get a close-up look at that thing.
Well, they just get his pocket knife out and carve that up or something?
Yeah, I think he brought that up from California, actually. It was a hard-to-find piece, and inside, as you can see, it's all burned out on the inside.
Oh,
and then we got this custom piece of glass made and put it on the top of it, so it's a
that is amazing.
Showcase piece. Yeah, it fit beautifully. Looking at chandelier from Rejuvenation. Actually, I would say all the light fixtures throughout the whole house are from Rejuvenation, so that's pretty cool. And then as we move along, we get into the kitchen, which is all Hayes custom cabinetry. We've got unlacquered brass hardware and everything, unlacquered brass for the faucetry, as well as blue azurite granite. It's just a beautiful space. You know, Wolf appliances, Sub-Zero refrigerators. I mean, there's no limit to the cool textures.
The granite, the color in this really transitions perfectly into the cabinets.
Absolutely, and we just designed around this slab. But well, I gotta say the blue and gold, homeowner knew they wanted the blue and gold, so we had to find the slab that would really pull it out, and this piece just sung to us. Picked this up, I think, at Bedrosian's. So, yeah, really, really cool space. Wine refrigerator, warming drawer. I mean, a lot of the stuff's hidden behind the cabinets. You can't see all the cool appliances right now, but.
So Justin, your team redesigned the stairway, and it also will lead us into the upgraded family room. Tell us a little bit about the stairway, your vision, and then why don't you walk us into the family room from there?
Certainly. So originally these stairs came down and turned in this direction towards the front door, and this hallway over here was really cramped. This wall angle was a little bit different. This is all underneath the areas where we reframed and took out walls. So what you're seeing, the open concept here, is the result of that. And the structural ivy that actually lives right on top of that stair post and runs all the way across that wall over to there. So in doing such, we had the stairs torn apart, and we figured why don't we flare them out at the bottom and make it a little bit more grand so it really leads you into the space. We went over and got some more timbers from Salvage Works, and this is my labor of love. This is the part that I did myself for endless hours in my shop, tuning and staining all these beams. And then we have the custom handrails built that run up the stairs and of course up top on the landing as well. All custom ironwork. So then from there, you kind of, if you want to pan this direction, you can look this way. This is looking across the kitchen and then into what we call the family room. That has another one of those wonderful Da Vinci fireplaces. This one's 7 feet wide and has that matching hearth. Stone and timber is the same things we saw in the entry, just on a much wider wall, not as tall. And it kind of ties the two together, because when you're standing there, you can look this way, and you can see a fireplace in both spots. So it makes for great entertainment, and then it leads off of that over through this area here, which is the whiskey room, which we'll get a shot of. It's got the tin ceiling, it's got some timber above to kind of tie everything together, and that's the door that goes out to that pool house we were showing you before. So when we first started out, and that'll take us out into that space. So
let's go get a shot of that.
Yeah. So here we are in the whiskey room. This space just had a tile floor and there was nothing in it when we first got it, but it did lead out to the old deck, so we had these nice big doors that opened up. The inspiration for the design in here was this piece of furniture that the homeowners got at an from an antique dealer, and it was too tall to fit in the room, so we had to custom modify the upper section of it and actually cut down that antique mirror, which was nerve-wracking, to get it to fit there. And then we did the tin ceilings and the LED lighting around the perimeter to give this place a really nice, soft glow feel, so you could hang out here, have a glass of whiskey or whatever your flavor is, and then there's of course the chess table, the card table, and there's the transition, of course, like we mentioned before, that goes either into the pool room or out to the deck for entertainment purposes. So.
You know, it's amazing. Just adding, I never even heard of a tin ceiling, but just adding this, it looks like it just gives you that extra added reflection.
Yeah.
That just gives it that much more of that comfortable feeling in here.
It does, and it really made up for the fact that the ceiling height in here is a little bit lower than the rest of the house, because this was only designed originally as a pass-through to get into that other building. So the mechanical room to the pool house is actually below us. If you stand, you can kind of feel it vibrating under your feet. So anyway, yeah, real cool space. Bring out the naughty alder trim in this room instead of the white painted, so it kind of gives it a little more rustic feel.
So Justin, we come up to the second floor of the home, and from what I understand, you guys have done remodel upgrades in the bathrooms, the living quarters, the bedrooms. You have a Murphy bed, and I believe there's a waterfall in one of the rooms.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So that's your lead, and you're going to have to just take over from here.
Yeah, well, no surface was untouched in this house, I'll tell you that. The Murphy bed here was installed in this little loft area with an office space for a small desk to do some homework at, and also the ability for an additional guest to stay in this fold-down Murphy bed. So it's really beautiful. This mesh here was unavailable, so we actually bought it ourselves and sourced it and had a custom cut and inlay because the Murphy bed people weren't able to provide that. So it's one of the cool details. But yeah, it's we remodeled the bedrooms, the bathrooms to a pretty high level, and you're going to see that in just a moment. We also did that same stair rail detail up here on the landing. So from here back, looking at that with the antler chandelier and the spotlights, it looks really cool, especially at nighttime. It casts some amazing shadows. So real fun stuff.
So now we are standing in the master suite. That has been completely reimagined from what it was before. We combined the master and the master bathroom with the bedroom next door and just used our wildest imagination to come up with something brand new. We're excited to show you. Currently, we're in the master bedroom with some gorgeous engineered hardwood floors, Johnson hardwood. And we really wanted to bring in some of the natural elements that you see downstairs, but glam it up a little bit in this space. So you'll see it's a little bit more refined rustic, I would say. If you look up at the ceilings, we added the shiplap detail to highlight the length of the room. And then we added these custom lighted beams that Justin can tell you a little bit more about.
Yeah, so those are, rather than use real timbers up here to try to keep things a little bit more modern and streamlined, we did a naughty alder. The wrap, our Finnish carpenter, Scott McLawn, was a genius, Built all these here, and then we backlit them at the top with LED lighting going down both sides of every beam. So at nighttime, the ceiling glows, but you don't have any direct light, and it really just, it's really stunning. The mix of the shiplap and the detail, you'll see that throughout the house in a couple of the different rooms, in the mudroom and the downstairs powder for continuity. And also throughout all the interior doors as well are very custom. Well, they're very unique. I wouldn't say they're custom, but you don't see a lot of them, and they have a very clean shiplap detail as well to them. And they're solid core, super heavy door, and they just...
it ties the whole house together.
Very much so.
All right, well now we're standing in the master bathroom. It's been dramatically transformed like most other things you see in this house. So what we're standing in is the old master suite that's been expanded into the old bedroom next door. And over here we've got a beautiful soaking tub from Jacuzzi and a double-sided fireplace from Fireplace Extraordinaire. And what you're looking at here is a waterfall fountain in the middle of the master suite. It was a labor of love from most everyone on our crew, and it just provides that ambient noise while you're sleeping. It's just very calming and soothing. And it also provides some privacy because behind the fireplace back here is a gorgeous 10-foot wide shower. And we've invited Garrett here today to talk to you about a little bit of our finishes. So what would you like to share?
Well, what I love about the shower is, yes, it's huge, and you're able to accentuate that with some large format tile in the floor. Now this is a 24-inch by 48-inch, and they make them even bigger and better than this. But to see this large format and able to tie this in without a curb into your shower, capable because of the linear drain down here on the end. So really tying in those spaces, just like tearing down walls to open up the space downstairs, we're able to do that here in this bathroom space.
Right. So this house is filled with little hidden details that, again, they marry form and function. So this is the back side of the waterfall that we saw earlier. And this is where all of their shower storage lives. So when you're in the bedroom and you want your bedroom to look clean and pretty, all of your supplies kind of are tucked away back here. And it's just one more little thought that we put into this house. All right, so the last part of the bathroom is the getting ready area, as we call it. So with the redesign, we wanted his and her vanity sinks, and we've got matching coordinating mirrors. This one actually has a little hidden TV in it, so that's really fun. We just love the little details throughout this house. The cabinets up here are from Belmont Cabinets, based out of the Seattle area. And then I want to tell you about the closet. The cabinets in here are from Hayes Custom Cabinets, just like the downstairs. And we have this beautiful carpet. Would you like to tell us some more about that?
I love this carpet. It's actually called Gorgeous, and it is. So I love just to see all these details we've been talking about and the personal flair of the homeowner. Right. And a small space like your closet or a study, what have you, you can be a little bit more creative and adventurous with the carpet. So it's a really nice design. Plus additional details underneath. Selecting a pad like this one that has a vapor moisture barrier on it. So that if you do spill something, even if it's in the closet, it's not getting into your pad and into your subfloor and causing you problems down the road. So form and function, beautiful design. I love how all this came together.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming today.
Of course.
Okay, so right at the top of the stairs, we have the guest bathroom up here and the laundry room here. And we chose to coordinate the floors of the spaces for a little bit of cohesion throughout the house. And you'll see that to keep the rustic theme, we wanted a wood look, but in a wet space, you can't do that. So this is a wood look, really rustic tile. It gives a really clean finish that kind of just brings the whole house together. And then the other thing that the homeowner opted for was a custom texture. So you'll see the texture of all the walls. It's very unique. It's called a Santa Fe texture, and we had West Side Drywall help us out with that. And it really makes the house more dramatic and brings it all together.
Justin, Caitlin, I want to thank you again for inviting me to look at this beautiful property. The base of Livingston Mountain is gorgeous, and your guys' vision, along with the clients, I think you knocked it out of the ballpark.
And we're pretty proud of this one. It's not every day that you get to see something that went to this level of detail, and the collaboration was amazing. The finished result, everyone's really proud of. We had 29 DIAW members of either vendors or subcontractors participate and collaborate on this as well. So I think this is Clark County's remodeling at its finest on showcase.